Welcome to the Vision Driven Family Institute, where we educate family leaders, fulfill their family's purpose, and empower future generations. So welcome to the Vision Driven Family Institute. We're excited to be back this week. We kind of took off last weekend, but we're back on live with an outstanding special guest that we have for today. So we're just excited about what we have. We're going to be talking about the benefits of living a family vision lifestyle. So we always like to start off with a quote. So Dr. Porter, if you want to start us out.
Yes, good morning, everybody. The first quote comes from Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, New King James Version. And I know some people say Habakkuk, so Habakkuk or Habakkuk. It's for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it will speak, and it will not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, New King James Version. That's quote 1.
All right, quote number 1. Quote number 2. The family's vision has to be grounded in a belief or the idea that joining together is better than going one's own way. Joining together is better than going one's own way. So let me read that again. The family's vision has to be grounded in the belief or the idea that joining together is better than going one's own way. And that comes from the Complete Family Office Handbook, a guide for affluent families and the advisors who serve them. And the author is Dr. Kirby Rossblock, and you can get that on Amazon. Okay, so it's a great book. Our family use it as a guide for our family vision. We figure if the wealthy people has it and use it, maybe we should be doing the same thing.
All right.
All right. So we always like to start the broadcast with a few announcements. Few announcements that we have coming up. So first of all, let's start with, we do have a special surprise guest for this afternoon.
Yes.
And then that's Vonzella Love Watson out of the great city of Kansas City, who's with us this afternoon. So you'll be hearing from her shortly. And we're just excited and blessed to have her as a part of our live broadcast today. Let's see, announcement number 2. Put this on your calendar. Saturday, April 7th, excuse me. Saturday, April 7th, Dallas, Texas. Dr. Porter and myself, we'll be doing a book signing at the 2018 Dallas Book Festival Marketplace. Okay, more details will be coming soon. We should be having some information will be posted on our webpage and Facebook page in regards to that. But right now, market that off, and we're going to be doing a book signing in big Dallas, Texas. Yay. So we're excited and looking forward to that. Yep. All right, next announcement. Our family business, and some of you may be aware, but we want to make sure we announce our family business, Generations Empowerment Enterprises, and the Vision Driven Family Institute, which this show is under. Headquarters will be relocating from Minneapolis, Minnesota to Dallas, Texas. Yes. During the next few months. So we pray that transition goes well. And we'd like to welcome Cousin Greg Williams for joining us online this afternoon. Welcome, Greg.
All right.
So, Greg, we'll be coming down, bringing the company and the business. We'll all be locating to Big Dallas, Texas.
Yes.
All right. So excited about that. And one announcement we're excited about coming on next Saturday. Next Saturday, March 17th. Put this on your calendar. Next Saturday, March 17th, we have a very special guest, and that guest will be Reverend Dr. Takoy Porter, Senior Pastor of Genesis Church in Sacramento, California. You name it, he's done it. He's an author, he's a pastor, he's a musician, he's, I guess, and the list goes on. And his most recent book, Faith to Innovate. Faith to Innovate. It says the 21st century tools and strategies for leadership transformation. So we're going to be talking with Dr. Porter in regards to his new book and maybe some of the other things that he has coming up. So we're blessed and excited to have Dr. Porter on our show for next Saturday.
Yes.
So make sure you spread the word and stay tuned, and we're looking forward to that. Okay. I think that's all the announcements that we have on this afternoon. And we're going to move right into our topic for this afternoon. And it's the 7 benefits of living a family vision lifestyle. Okay. And we're just excited to have our co-author of our book, The Power of the Vision-Driven Family. One of our other co-authors, Vonzella Love Watson, is actually joining us today. So we're just blessed to have her. But before we bring her on, we want to introduce her. And we're going to do that in a little bit different way this morning because she's a co-author of our book. And we're just blessed to have her as one of our authors of the book. What we're going to do, we're going to read the first chapter of her in our book. And this is the book, The Power in a Vision-Driven Family. This is our book. And she actually wrote chapter number 6 in the book. And that chapter is titled Benefits of a Family Vision. Benefits of a Family Vision. So you might want to get this. You can get this book on our website, on Amazon, on Kindle. But this is what Vonzella Watson, this is what she wrote, her first paragraph, and you need to get it and check out the entire chapter. And it says, having a family vision. What an awesome idea. When I think about this idea, I think of how beneficial it is to have a vision, or as many businesses or corporations call it, a mission statement. As you read in this book, without a vision, the people perish. Proverbs 29:18. Knowing that businesses, corporations, and especially the Bible makes these kinds of references to having a vision helps me to understand how important it must be to have a vision. Having a family vision means that the family will have a very specific plan to follow when navigating through life. It enables the family to remain on track even when life situations comes upon unexpectedly, okay, which we all know about.
Right.
And finally, having a family vision gives hope, direction, and clarity to future generations. Okay, so that's just the first paragraph. That's just the first paragraph. So we're just excited to have Vonzella on our show, and we'll let Dr. Porter do a little bit more introduction, and then we'll bring her on.
Yes. Thank you for sharing, Philip.
Thank you.
Well, welcome again, Vonzella Love Watson. Just to tell you a little bit about her, I'll leave some things for her to share herself. But she's a Christian counselor and licensed clinical marriage and family therapist. She provides couples and individuals and family psychotherapy. She is the owner and CEO of Collaborative Family Solutions. Vonzella works with the Department of Veterans Affairs and works at the Kansas City Veterans Center as a marriage and family therapist, serving combat veterans and their families. She facilitates group meetings, and she has organized new groups for the Vet Center. She participates in outreach events, facilitates addiction groups, and there's lots of acronyms. She'll tell you the name of them. And then she's what?
Go ahead.
And she's a pioneer of faith-based outreach events for the Vet Center. Again, she's a licensed, in addition to being a licensed clinical marriage family therapist, she's also a licensed addiction counselor and certified in basic EMDR therapy.
All right.
Now, having said that, she has several degrees. And I should say there are several earned degrees.
That's right.
She has an associate in science, a bachelor degree in human relations, and a master's degree in family therapy. Vonzella has a strong desire to support and serve her community by helping others. And I must say it's an honor to be a part of the Love Porter family. So having said that, let's welcome Vonzella on and have her to get started. So Vonzella Love Watson, welcome.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We're doing great. How you doing?
It's fine. It's a pleasure and a privilege, for me to be part of this, especially part of the whole vision that you got for the families. And I love that there's all these families that have joined together.
Yes.
Together. So that's pretty nice.
Yes.
Yeah, excited about it. Thanks for having me on.
All righty. Well, we're
honored.
Yeah, we're just so honored to have you on. As you know, cuz we've been trying to have you on for a while. Some people are saying, well, where's Vonzella? We want her autograph. We can autograph some books. They want her autograph, and Vanessa as well. So I said, maybe one day you can kind of get us all together, but we all are, spread out. But so everybody kind of get a chance to hear and get a chance to hear from Vonzella this afternoon. So Vonzella, tell us a little bit about who you are, where you was raised, and just tell us a little bit of background.
Wow, I think you pretty much said it all when you were reading that bio. But I'm in Kansas City, and I grew up here. My church home was New Hope Missionary Baptist Church, where Reverend Dr. James Porter was pastor, and that's where I got saved at. Grew up with you guys, Ron, and it's just been a joy of my life, singing in the choir, and being at church every chance we got. So that's always been great. Graduated from Wanda High School, and then I went on to join the service, and I'm a veteran.
That's right. She's an Air Force veteran. Thank you for serving our country. Thank you.
Yeah, and I just love what I do, so it's been a blessing for me, a calling to enter into the county services. So that's been a blessing for me as well. I absolutely love what I do.
Oh,
great.
All right, excellent.
And she does a lot. I just which is good.
And she does a lot. She helps a lot of families. So we appreciate her. The community appreciates her as well. Excuse me, having one of those.
That's all right.
One of those mornings. All right. So the benefits. We're actually going to be talking about the benefits of having a family vision, and we're going to be talking briefly from our workbook. The Power and a Vision-Driven Family Workbook. So all of those who have this workbook, who came to the workshop, some of this might be a refresher for you, but for some might be new. Because I talk to people all the time, because when they're talking about starting a family vision, we kind of start out and say, first, people got to understand that there is major benefits for having a family vision. I know we're talking about there's a lot of people that says it in the Bible, but you need to reach out and say, okay, personally, as an individual and as a family member, there are a lot of benefits of having a family vision. So in our workbook, we actually list 7, and these 7 just happen to be the benefits that our own family has received over the past year of having a family vision. So it's just not necessarily limited to these 7. And it just happens to be that these happen to be our 7. And once you understand the benefits and you share that with your family members, it gets to be a little bit more easier to get them on board when you're looking at putting together a vision for your family. Okay. And one of the first things that we've learned from our own family, one of the benefits is increased trust. Okay, increased trust. And Vonzella, if you can share with us how important it is for families to have trust among each other, okay, and how that relates to their family vision and their long-term planning, but the importance of having trust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, of course, when you don't trust one another, you're less likely to listen or pay attention or even follow the footsteps, of those who are trying to lead you. So it's so important to have that trust. It gives you that clear direction to follow. It gives you an opportunity to hear the future plans of the family. So when I see families who are struggling with trust, we know that they are less likely to have success in the areas they're trying to achieve it in. So trust is so important. Your marriage, if you guys didn't trust each other, probably wouldn't even still be together.
That's right.
So yeah, it's invaluable. You've got to have the trust.
Okay, you got to have the trust. And just kind of to share with everyone, within our family, we tell people, well, first of all, let me kind of back up. With the family vision in our book, you'll learn that there's 5 different types of family visions. All right. And in our family, we happen to be going with the extended family vision. That's the type of vision that we have, but that's another topic for another time. But what I want to share with you is pretty much what Vonzella said was increased trust. And even in our situation, just to kind of tell you, our family have a board of directors. Okay. And we have about 8 people on our board of directors. And our board of directors, just kind of letting you know, our board of directors have, for example, my wife is on the board of directors. My brother is on the board of directors. But I have 5, and I'm getting permission from my family to use this word because we don't like to use it in our family. We have 5 in-laws. I have 5 in-laws on the board of directors. We don't use the term in-laws, okay? From my wife's perspective, her husband and myself is on the board. She has 3 sisters on the board, and she has 3 in-laws on the board. So what we're telling you, whether it's blood siblings or whether it's in-laws or what have you, it can be done, but trust has to be the center, because this whole in-law thing among families can get crazy.
So then let me ask Vonzella a question. Vonzella, tell the audience, because they probably wondering, what might be some ways family can begin to build trust, because it is key. What might be some ways that you could share with what you and Philip talking about in trust to begin there with family to build it?
Right. So one of the things is being consistent, right? So consistency in the things that you are doing. We know that as our children, as they grow up, usually they're watching us. They see everything that we do. And you can tell them all day long to do certain things. More likely than not, they're following what they see you do. So you're and doing, what you say you're going to do and being consistent with it, it's going to make all the difference in the world for them to decide, oh, yeah, that's how you do it, because you're being consistent.
Yes. Yes.
And people often, when you come into, even with a marriage, when you come in there to the marriage, you bring it in your stuff, like you were saying, the in-laws or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
Stuff from your family of origin.
Yeah.
Your wife brings in the stuff from her family of origin.
Right,
and you guys get to choose, hey, we want some of this stuff in and what stuff we want to bring in so that our family is going to go this specific way.
Right.
And I think you can, like we were saying, you can build the trust when you're being consistent, you're doing what you say you're going to do. Yeah. And I love most of all that you got the foundation of the Word of God. And that's what really keeps you on target for me.
Okay.
So, and we know that family is an institution that's actually ordained by God. So thank you for sharing that. And now also you and Philip said something really key. We can talk about being family, we can talk about trust, but we have to really show it and model it and be an example. And our families watch and see, you say I'm your sister. Am I really your sister? So how are you treating me? How are you showing love? So it's really our action. Our action has to line up with our word. We have to show it and walk the talk. Right?
Right.
Exactly right, Janice. You're so fine. Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Okay. So like you said, that trust and the trust is in many forms, right? It's that trust as we walk. The trust could be even to the point where, you know, because I'm an administrative type of guy, you know, we can build trust as in the written documentation of our family meetings that we have. Okay. You know, documenting that, like you said, being consistent in our family meeting documentations, you know, and building that trust in our quarterly family financial reports.
Making sure everything is open, being authentic, showing everything, transparency.
Transparency.
Being authentic and transparent. That's beautiful. I totally agree with that.
Okay. So trust, that's a very important key component. And when people are setting a vision for their family, you need to be thinking about all of these things as you actually setting your family vision. I
just thought about something else too, because we, as you're walking and learning and building trust and loving each other more and being authentic and transparency, you have to realize that none of us are perfect. You have to be willing to ask for forgiveness. You know, to forgive each other and all those when you make mistakes and to keep going forward.
Okay.
That's got to be a part of it too. I know I'm getting, I didn't say what this is, but forgiveness is key.
Wow. Okay. And Vonzella, is it in your line of work, forgiveness is how do you deal with that? How do you help people through that? Because that can be a challenge, especially among family members.
Right. So, and you know, everyone doesn't have the Bible as their foundation. So not everybody's a Christian. So oftentimes when people come in, they can be so rooted and grounded in unforgiveness that they don't know how to forgive. So without the forgiveness, you're keeping yourself in bondage. So forgiveness is not for the other person. It's really for you. And if you can forgive, you're setting yourself free so that now you can love them freely and you can then move forward with your life. And so the idea is we want to have a good future. You know, if you stay in unforgiveness, you're just sort of like remaining in the past and you can't move forward. You can't move forward. So forgiveness is a challenge. And when people come to me, if they bring up religion, scripture, and things like that, then we have a great foundation to work with when it comes to forgiveness. Because, you know, as you know, Jesus said, hey, if you can't forgive your brothers, I'm going to forgive you.
Right.
Forgiveness so that we can make it all right.
That's right.
Forgiveness, though, it still is a part of everyone's life because without it, you hold yourself in bondage.
Right. That's right. That's so That is
Okay, that's powerful right there. That's powerful. And that's what all of us as family members, that's what we need to, you know, like you said, some of us, like you said, don't know how.
Right.
Okay, don't know how. So that's part of what we have to learn. As part of that process, as part of a family vision, is learning all of these things. Because when you find out, well, why it's not working, why it's not successful, you know, there's a lot of things that could impact why your family vision is not successful, right? Right. I mean, so this is the hard stuff. This is the meat right here. Okay. All right. Another benefit that we have that we've experienced with our family vision is improved communications. Okay. And improved communications. For example, all of this we're doing today is the directly result of our family having a family vision. You know, the Vision Driven Family Institute, and now having my first cousin Vonzella Watson actually on the program. Okay. And this is not the first. We've had other family members. So improved communication. So how important is improved having good communications with families? How important is that?
Oh, wow. I mean, well, you do know that if you're not talking, oftentimes you can misunderstand what the person has as far as their motivation for what they're doing. I think oftentimes about people just texting one another.
Okay.
And when you're texting each other, you know, oftentimes you don't get the emotional piece of it. You don't get to see what the person's face looks like. So you can text something really simple, and the person might think, what? And they're mad. Now you're in this dialogue of, even know why.
Wow.
Right.
A clear communication. Communication is a whole lot of things. It's not just the words, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Your body tells you things as you're looking at them. You look in a person's eyes and see love sometimes,
Yes.
they're in a loving mode. You can see a person's anger even in their eyes. So communication is so hugely important. If I'm not understanding what you mean, I've missed the boat with it. So how will I be able to catch on to the vision?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So, like you said, communication, that's one of the key components.
Amen.
And when you have in your family meetings, dealing with your family vision, when you're having those discussions, right, you need to have that communication. Well, how do we actually communicate in our family meetings? Okay, how do we make sure, in our case, the G3s and G2s and G4s is all having a voice, and that voice is actually heard. Okay, so that's why that communication piece. But you have to have a forum of a family. Where's a family member of two, a husband and wife, or family members of 100 or 1,000? The communication piece, an ongoing communication piece, is very key. Okay.
Yeah.
So even in our family, we have our own, say, family Facebook page. Okay. And for family members, and so that's one way we communicate, because generationally we got to learn how to communicate. Okay.
That's right.
All right.
Yep.
And I know Dr. Porter, she's done a lot of things dealing with the millennials and how do we communicate with them. We talked about texting and so forth, but we got to figure out each generation. We have to figure out, well, how do we communicate with each other? Okay. So that's a very important component. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I love too, because oftentimes, in the old days, people would do a lot of their communications around the dinner table.
Right. Yes.
That's kind of lost today, isn't it?
Replace around the dinner table as a family.
Yeah. Lost, right? Because everybody's so busy and they're always running and that kind of thing. So you don't oftentimes get to sit down and eat together. But it'd be important maybe to just design your family vision with this opportunity every day, every week or something, where you can sit at the table together and just eat and communicate.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it goes back to that consistency. So whatever that is, whatever that is, whether it's conference calls, because nowadays people are in different cities and different states, even our family has to do a better job. How can we be more consistent, whether it's monthly or whether it's quarterly or whatever, okay, or better communication during family reunions? What are we doing at family reunions that's having a more vision-driven type of communications going on, okay? So all of that is consistency. Like I said, in today's time, how do we find that? If we can't do it across the kitchen table, we got to find a way.
Yes.
Okay? We have to find a way. The other thing that we have in here, one of the benefits is what we call this revitalized hope in the future. Okay? So can you talk about how important is having hope within the family and the future, and how a family vision, how that can impact the family? Because I know a lot of people these days, hope is gone. Hope can be lost.
Yeah, they can. So much is going on nowadays that when you think of the shootings and all these different things, it probably is hard for some people to have that hope. But our hope is in God.
Yes.
And in Jesus Christ. So we know we've got that firm foundation anyway. But when I think about the fact that we can have hope, I think about issues or situations I've gone through that enable me to maintain hope, because I see what God has done for me in the past. And I know that He did it before. I know He can do it again. Because that's what His word says. And so for me, having that hope is that opportunity for us, whatever your foundation is, and ours, of course, is in God and in Christ. And so we use Scripture, and that's where we get our hope, is from Him. But I think about how even when illness shows up and things like that, that if you and stick with the Word of God, knowing what you do on a regular basis or as your norm when issues or problems show up. No, I'm going to pray. I'm going to ask the saints to pray with me because I know there's power in prayer, and the prayers of the righteous availeth much.
That's right.
So
that's right.
that prayer then, it shows up.
It shows
in
up.
tangible ways where you see either this healing take place, right? You see that when my child was in an auto accident, he wasn't harmed. Maybe he was at the school when they were shooting. He didn't get touched at all. I know that God had him covered. He's covered in the blood of Jesus, and and so
that's right. That's right.
I have that hope, and we just want to try to share that with everyone else. That there is hope in God.
Okay.
There is hope in God.
And that's very important because some of us, like our family and some people that are listening here, we got big dreams. Okay. And, people easily would say that's not going to ever happen. Okay. You can never have that business of your dreams. You can never own that 500 acres of land. You can never, right. And if hopelessness set in, I mean, there goes your vision. There goes your dream. So, like I said, I hope foundations is in the Lord. But when you have a vision, especially at the beginning, nobody is going to necessarily see and understand your vision except you.
Right.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. So sometimes in the family, you may be a visionary of one. Right. Now I tell people, our family, that's how it started out. It started out as the vision of our parents. But now, I mean, you fast forward 40 years, now it's a vision of generations. But it takes that time. But I can tell you right now, when my parents bought land in Colorado and they living in Kansas City and they broke, and they're talking about they got a vision of buying land in the mountains of Colorado. I can imagine right what people were saying, you can barely afford the house you're living in. What are you talking about? Land in Colorado that's 500 miles away. Okay. So having that vision, having that hope is a very, very important component of that. Okay. And we appreciate you sharing how important that is. Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
I think about that because I think about even with our grandfather, James Porter. Uncle James was following what he had seen through him. He was a founder of churches.
That's right.
And built churches all over the Kansas City area.
That's
and
right.
He led his children, right, in that mission and in that vision. And it created this whole network of people who are out there now.
That's right.
About the James Porters, the Chandlers, Ellington and Tecoy. And they are all over this nation.
That's right.
That's right.
Doing that vision.
Yes.
That's something.
That is.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Hey, and it's going throughout the nation.
Amen. Okay, that's like you said. That's what a godly driven vision would do for a family. All right, it was going to take you places that you never dreamed, you never even conceived of even going. All right, it gets you on like we're doing. It gets you on live streaming that you never thought you ever would be doing. All right, it takes you to places, takes you to cities, takes you to workshops. I mean, it takes you to getting a doctorate degree like Dr. Porter here. I mean, it just takes you to places that you just never dreamed of going. I guess that's what we want to share with people today. All right. People look at us and say, and I always tell people, remember, I mean, we 40 years removed from the first vision that our parents had for the family and our grandparents had. So, but it can be done. We're living witness to that. We're living witness to that. So the benefits are grand. They are there. It's worth the time. It's worth the sacrifice.
Yeah. And if I could add a couple of things, I think listen to all the good information you two have shared. It's so important that we encourage each other along the way. Whether we understand the dream or the vision that a family member may have or not, but if we can encourage and plant and see the hope in their lives along the way, that's what we want to do.
Okay.
On their journey.
That's right.
As much as possible. Because the world's not going to encourage them. But we as a family, Need to, from we've learned, we need to encourage each other.
Okay, you hear that? We as a family, all right? The uncles need to be encouraging, the nephews and the nieces, the grandparents need to be encouraging, right? That's what we're talking about.
You never know what seed you're planting, but you do all you can along the journey.
That's right.
Positive.
Okay. All right. I mean, the time has went by quickly on us, and the benefits of having a family vision, we only really touched on the first three.
Yeah. Yes.
We only touched on the first three, and and like I said, Vonzella, she wrote a whole chapter on the benefits of having a family vision and how important and valuable that is to your family. So, Vonzella, you want to give us some last words that you can share with our listeners, with our followers, and people who's watching, the benefits of a family vision and how important that is to have.
Wow. It's a big task. You know what? And I know it's very, very important, because without the vision, people perish.
That's right.
That's the word tells us, for lack of a vision, you'll perish.
That's right.
You gotta have some goal for the family to focus on and see that the future, right, is there, it's ahead, it is something beautiful on the way. So I think that you got to give them that vision, and so that they can have something to follow. Be consistent with your living so they can follow that.
Okay. All right. All right. That's some of the last words from Vonzella Love Watson. She's one of the co-authors of our book and workbook, The Power in a Vision-Driven Family, and the subtitle, Journey to a Generational Vision. All right. So if you haven't, get that book. You can go to our website. You can go to our Facebook page. And we do help families, at family retreats and family reunions to actually get the process started. So we are very, very, very happy and very excited. So thank you, Cuz, for joining us on the show for this afternoon. Yes. We're just so blessed to have you, and I expect to come on a few more times as we do in our transition down from Minneapolis to Texas, and the Vision Driven Institute and Generations Empowerment. We're just excited and looking forward to heading down to the big state of Texas. Okay. All right. We're going to agree to wind it down and kind of take us out. Dr. Porter, maybe with the last quote for this afternoon. And
yes, and right before the post, I got to give a couple of shout out for birthdays, March birthdays. I don't have everybody, but I have a few March birthdays. Niece Lakeisha Shea Patterson, happy birthday. Sevilla Fortenberry, happy birthday. Malcolm Williams, happy birthday. Fiona Julie Causey, happy birthday. Sarah Nett Wells, happy birthday. Brenda LaJoyce got a birthday coming up. Happy birthday. Great Aunt Emma Miller, happy birthday. And then two of the Carson boys, our cousins, Cardell and Tony, happy birthday. I'm sure there's many more. Hopefully I have them for next week.
All right.
But enjoy your birthday month. Now here is a final quote. You can say something?
Okay, one more thing. Vonzella. Vonzella, you still there?
Yeah.
When's your birthday, cuz?
Is it March?
You're right.
When is it?
March 26th.
Hey! Happy birthday, Vonzella!
I thought it was, cuz. So we don't.
Oh, my goodness.
So even our guests have a birthday in March. So
March.
Go for all the birthdays in March.
Yes. And I enjoy your month, Vonzella. I will find a quote for this time. Is vision without action is merely a dream. Vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. A vision with action changed the world. Wow. And that's by Joel A. Barker.
Oh,
thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. And this is Philip Porter and
Dr. Janice Porter.
And we like to say thank you for joining us at the Vision Driven Family Institute. where we educate family leaders to fulfill their family's purpose,
Yes.
build wealth, and empower future generations. And we would like to say thank you, everyone, for joining us. All the family members, all the friends. Just want to say thank you. Woo, we've got a lot of people on that following us.
Thank you.
And don't miss the show for next Saturday. Next Saturday,
right.
okay? Dr. Takoy Porter out of Sacramento, California will be joining us. So you don't want to miss that broadcast. So on behalf of myself and Dr. Porter, have a very thank you and have a great weekend.
All right. Blessings to you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.